I Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 6, Day number 3. A quick programming note. We're doing game number 2 first. I need to see if I can reach out to Fizak. I'm a bit confused on a few changes that they have made to their rotation. So we're going with Overdraft's Wildcats first to see if I can figure out who the correct starter is tonight for the Dragons, as this one's into the gap, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Libby Sickley, now the leadoff runner's going around third and head for home, and the Overdrafts starting things off tonight. Quickly already up 1-0 here on top of Becky Mess. Give me a second while I send a message here. That's going to be a walk to a stare.
Now batting,
Battle of Tigerden here. Wildcats, the designated home team.
Steve Wright.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 0.
Nope, that's low.
And that's another one in the gap. That's going to bring home another run.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 22.
So Overdrafts getting things done here quickly, and that's going to be another base hit. It's 3-0 Overdrafts.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 47.
Nope, inside.
Very surprising to see this from the Overdrafts. They're one of the... They've been having some struggles the first half of the season. They're one of the worst hitting teams in the league, and that's going to be a bomber special in the center, and the bases will be loaded. Overdrafts looking like a new team here in the second half. Came into this game hitting .237 on the season. The second worst team in the league. Emmett Fury's able to scoop that one up, and he's going to be able to turn a 4-6-3 Dragon special to get the Wildcats out of the inning, but not before the Overdrafts put up 3 here in the top of the first. Fury just able to snag that one before it got by him. Saved another run, if not 2, and gets the inning over with. It's their turn to bat, but he grounds this one to Ducato at second, and she gets it to Amia for 1 away.
The left fielder, number 28.
I'll bring up Chico Island. Island's going to foul that one off. Nero Bammer on the mound for the Overdrafts. And he will take a walk. Wildcats starting off the second half with a win on day 1. A nail-biter over the Angels, 5-4. This is the Overdraft's first appearance in the second half of the season. Sitting right now at 3-3. Few teams tonight playing their 7th game of the season. Hit and run is on, and that perfectly takes Carlos Ramos out of position. Hit and run executed perfectly, and that's going to put runners at the corners for the Wildcats, and here's Whitney.
The shortstop.
This man has been on fire as of late. Had a 5-for-5 game in the conclusion of Week 5 against the High Rollers. Had a walk-off home run in that game. Had a home run in that Angels game back in day 1. And he's got a 3-1 count here against Bammer. Finds his own there, and the count is full. And he lays off that one and will take a walk, and the bases are loaded for the Wildcats and Bash Sluggington.
Number 25.
Grounded to short, Ramos turns it to second for one, to first, not in time. Slugging is able to beat it out, and the Wildcats are on the board.
Fielder, number 7.
Nope, that's high.
So runners at the corners here for Bobby Jimbo, who has RBI man active.
Steve Wright.
Strike called there on the curveball, 2-1. That one's away from Wahlberger. Runner will advance into scoring position, second and third now. And that'll be a walk to Jimbo. Bases loaded once again here for Rick Porter.
Batting, the right fielder, number 3.
First pitch called a strike.
Strike.
Swinging and a miss there, 0-2 to Porter. Swung on, grounded to third, Bush League up with it. The throw will be in time for round number 3. The Wildcats leave the bases loaded, but do get one run across. 3-1 as we head into the top of the second inning. 9-1-2 due up for the overdrafts.
Number 44.
Already gotten to Becky Mess here. 5 hits, 3 earned runs in that first inning. Already up to 25 pitches, and she is tense. 1-2 to Wahlberger. Swings on that one, back to Mess. She's up with it in time at first for number 1.
Now batting, the center
Brings up
fielder,
Libby Sickley.
number 30.
She came over from the Dragons when they shipped off Wanda Cosmo, and she will have another base hit up the middle. She's 2 for 2.
Now batting,
Brings up
the
Katarina
second
Ducateau.
baseman, number 35.
Nope, that's outside. Ball inside.
Fouls this one off, makes it a 2-1 count.
That's inside.
Inside, 3-1.
Steve Wright.
Nice screwball there, I believe. Full count. Swung on into center field. Tracking back is Bobby Jimbo. He makes a catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Mookie Astaire. He walked his last time up so
Number
far.
14.
That's down. There's it. Ball high. Right.
2-1 the count still here to Mookie Astaire.
Right.
That one's in there, 2-2. The off pitch is swung on and fouled off. We will do it again. High fly ball into right field. Under it is Porter, and it makes the catch for round number 3. Just enough room in right field. That ball just barely contained by Tiger Den, and we'll head to the bottom of the second inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number
Alan Hiker to
22.
lead things off here. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Swings and misses at that one, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Bammer with his first strikeout.
Now batting, the catcher, number 2.
Steve Wright. Nope, that's high. Ball inside.
2-2 here to Bailey Smith. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bammer.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 11.
Steve Wright. Nope, high.
And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Fury aboard with a 2-out single brings up Chico Island.
Fielder, number 28.
Nope, inside.
Runners going. The throw from Wahlberger is not in time. The in scoring position now is Fury. Grounder through the right side of the infield. Katarina Ducato slides forward but can't come up with it. A strong arm from Astaire. Runner's going, not in time. Too fast is Emmett Fury, and he makes it all the way for an RBI single, and it's now 3-2.
That's high. Be right.
Grounded to short. Ramos in time for out number 3, but another one on the Wildcats side, and it makes it a one-run game as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's 4-5-6 due for the Overdrafts.
The left fielder, number 17.
All high.
This one is going to get through the left side of the infield, just past the diving glove of Whitney and under the glove of Bobby Jimbo, and that's going to turn into extra bases.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 0.
Nope, that's inside.
It's going to bring up Daniel Winkler, looking to get that run back for his team, but will get popped up here. Sluggington makes the catch for round number 1, which will bring up Carlos Ramos,
Number 22.
hitting .421 so far this season, 8 for 19. Oh, and he just killed Becky Foe! I mean, Becky Mess!
Now batting, the third baseman. Now pitching, number 69.
Emmett Fury is able to get that one before it goes in the outfield, but a runner will come home to score. It makes it 4-2. Overdrafts do end up getting that run back. And we're into the bullpen here now for the Wildcats. Hal Oldman on in relief. And that one just misses the line down first base. Shiramiya, swing and a miss. Oldman strikes him out. But the Overdrafts make it a 4-2 ball game headed into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nee, Sluggington, and Jimbo due up here.
Number 5.
Nope, that's high. Be right. Be right.
He coming into this week 13 for 30, hitting .433, now at 4 home runs with the one last night, one behind the tie for the league at 5. We'll pop this one into right field. Mookie Astaire makes the catch one away.
Now batting,
Brings up Bash Sluggington,
number 20.
hitting 10 for 26 this season. But won't connect here. Another pop-up. This one just in front of home plate for number 2.
Now
And here's
batting,
Bobby Jimbo.
the center fielder, number 7.
Steve right. Be right.
Popped up, but into dangerous territory. KDC does make her way back in time to catch it from out number 3, preventing the Bomber special 1-2-3 inning for Nero Bamber, and we head to the top of the 4th.
Now batting,
Overdrafts leading
the
4-2 here.
Number 44.
The 3rd game of interleague week so far.
Nope, that's high.
This one's hit high and deep into right center. That looks deep enough, and it's going to be gone! Home run for Joseph Wahlberger, and the Overdrafts push the lead 5-2.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 30.
That's outside. Be right.
That's going to be a grounder up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. 3 for 3, Libby Sickley so far tonight.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 35.
Brings up Katarina Ducato. First pitch swinging, pops this one up into right. Under it is Porter. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, the right fielder.
If
number
someone could
14.
periodically give me Yankees Blue Jays score updates, I'd appreciate it. And if you also have the time, Boston Baltimore scores.
That's high.
We're officially under Seattle wildcard watch.
Ball 4. Take a base.
That's a walk to Mookie Astaire. That's going to put 2 aboard.
Now batting,
That's going to bring
the
up
left
Everett
fielder.
Sardee, 1 for 2 today with the
17.
double.
Ball outside. Nope. Inside. Steve Wright.
2-1 here to Sardee.
D right.
That finds his own for Oldman, 2-2.
Nope. That's high.
Count runs full here. Pitch is fouled off, spoiled by Sardee.
Take a base.
That's going to be outside, and the bases are loaded once again for the Overdrafts.
Now batting,
And here's the big bat of
designated
Daniel
hitter,
Winkler.
Number 0.
Oldman's got to get out of this jam if the Wildcats want to stay in this game. He already falls behind 2-0 to Winkler. Oh, Winkler gives him a gift, swings 2-0 and pops into foul territory, where Bash Sluggington will make the catch for out number 2. Ooh, go Baltimore, 3-1 middle, 5th inning. Heck yes. All right, another chance here. Carlos Ramos, 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles and an RBI. He's ahead 2-0 as well.
D right.
That one finds the bottom of the zone, 2-1.
Nope. That's high.
That one misses 3-1. Nowhere to put Ramos. The pitch
D right.
down the middle of the plate. The count is full. Everyone will be going. The pitch swung on in. Missed by Ramos. That was ball 4, but he couldn't control himself, and the side is retired. Oldman did exactly as I said. No more runs came across, and it remains a 5-2 game going into the bottom of the 4th.
Fielder, number 3.
Nope. Inside.
Gutsy performance there by Oldman with the bases loaded, 1 out, and not surrendering any more runs.
D right.
2-2 the count here to Rick Porter to lead us off on the home half of the 4th. And he strikes out, looking the 3rd strikeout for Bammer.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 22.
D right.
Starts off Hiker with a curveball.
Nope. That's inside.
Called strike. That one misses inside,
Ball inside.
as does that slider. That one's hit hard. League's able to scoop it up. Throw to first in time for out number 2. Good play by League, digging that one out.
The catcher,
And that brings up Bailey Smith.
number 2.
Bailey Smith, first pitch swinging, fouls it off.
Nope. Outside.
Fork ball wide. Fastball up the middle. Bammer knocks it down but can't collect it. Stays with it though and gets first in time for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning, and we'll head to the top of the 5th. 5-2 still in favor of the Overdrafts. It's League, Amia, and Wahlberger due up here for the Overdrafts.
Number 47.
Oldman still on the mound,
Steve Wright.
looking to eat up maybe one more inning for this Wildcats bullpen.
D right.
1-2 the count to League. He swings on that one. Slow grounder to second. Fury will have plenty of time for out number 1.
Now batting, the first
Brings up
baseman,
Shiro and Mia, 0 for 2 intense. And that will actually be it for Oldman. In comes Mars, the long reliever. His first pitch swinging to Mia, and he's going to put this one down into the gap. That's going to roll all the way to the warning track. But Chico Island cuts it off. Remains just a single for Amia. Not a whole lot of speed, and was tense at that at-bat.
number 44.
Bad jumps for him as well. Brings up Joseph Wahlberger, the home run hitter. Wahlberger grounds this one to short. 6-4-3 Dragons special. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Top of the Wildcats order due up here. Combined 3 for 5 so far today.
Second baseman, number
Bammer
11.
locked in though here at 70 pitches.
That's inside.
Bit high on the count there. See if he can make it through this 5th, but 3-0 to Fury.
D right.
Finally finds his own with a curveball. That one's hit hard but foul, and the count is full. Swung on in, missed the 4th strikeout for Bammer.
Now batting, the left fielder, number
Brings up Chico Island.
Nope. That's inside. right.
This one is fouled off. 1-2 the count to Island. Strike three called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bammer. He's starting to heat up. That brings up Rustin Baldwin.
Number 30.
Off the plate.
2-0 to Baldwin. That fastball finds the zone. And that slider does as well. Oh, just misses there. Count is full. The pitch is too tall, and Baldwin will walk. So a 2-out walk. Gets a runner aboard, and Nick comes Whitney.
Now base running.
And Baldwin will get pulled in favor of Colorado West on the base paths.
Steve Wright.
So a bit of strategy here for the Wildcats management. Has a big bat to take out of the lineup, though. Whitney gets jammed, pops this one to the third base side. League is under it. And he'll make the catch for out number 3, and we'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Still 5-2 in favor of the Overdrafts here. Top of the order, do it for them here as well. Here's a locked-in Libby Sickley, 3 for 3. Whitney now at third. Short is Colorado West. So we'll see how that affects the Wildcats' defense moving forward. Whitney is an infield secondary, so he has the ability to do whatever he wants. And Sickley will be aboard for the 4th time tonight, her first walk. That's going to bring up Ducateau. First pitch strike. As is that one, back-to-back fastballs at the bottom of the zone. Off speed, fouled off by Ducateau. Another off speed popped up into the infield. West is there. He'll make the catch round number 1, brings up Mookie Astaire.
Number 14.
0 for 1 with 2 walks today. Does have that outside pitch trait. Little Mars of inning of relief so far. We're going to give up 2 base runners.
Ball inside.
2-1 here to Astaire.
Right.
Swings at that one, probably inside. 2-2 the count. Rounded to third. Whitney will go to second for 1. To first, the Dragon special. Around the horn go the Wildcats. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Sluggington, Jimbo, and Porter all due up here.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 20.
Hammer back on the mound. First pitch swinging is Sluggington, grounded to Ramos. He gets it to first in time, out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 7.
That's inside.
Overdrafts looking to rinse the bad taste out of their mouths from the beginning of week 5, where they got curb stomped by the Lumberjacks. This one's into center field, and it's gone! A solo shot by Bobby Jimbo makes it a 5-3 ball game. Dead center field for Mr. Jimbo, as that is his
Number 3.
Nope, that's low.
2nd home run of the season. I'm pretty sure his other one was a grand slam against the Stingers. And that will be a walk to Porter. I wonder if it's time to move on for Bammer for the Overdrafts. No longer locked in, already at 96 pitches here with only 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. In the dirt, but Amia is able to block it before it gets by him.
Ball inside.
And a 2-0 count to Hiker. 3-0. That's nowhere close, and that will be a 4-pitch walk. That should be it for Bammer.
The catcher now pitching.
And in comes Chad Chaddington in relief. So 2 on, only 1 out here for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 6th. With one of the best opportunities they've had in a while. Brings up a Bailey Smith, 0 for 2 so far today. 2-1 count. Foul. Swing and a miss. Well inside, the Bailey Smith couldn't lay off it. And Chaddington has himself a strikeout, out number 2. And here's Emmett Fury, 1 for 3 so far. Right down the pipe, and he puts this one into right. Runner is going to stay put at third, so the bases will be loaded for the Wildcats. And Chico Island.
The left fielder, number 28.
Nope. That's high.
2-0 to Island.
Steve Wright.
That slider finds his own 2-1.
Ball outside.
That one just wide, 3-1, nowhere to put Island.
Nope. Ball four.
And that's going to be a walk. That's going to bring in a run. Makes it a 1-run ball game. 5-4 here for Colorado West. And actually, it's going to be Roberto Caliente.
That's outside. The right. The right.
1-2 to Caliente.
Off the plate.
2-2. Pressure's all the way up for Chaddington here. Rounder to second. Ducato scoops it up, gets the first in time for round number 3. Wildcats put up 2, make it a 1-run game as we enter the back third of this one. 5-4 into the top of the 7th. 4, 5, 6 do it for the overdrafts here.
Now in the game,
Caliente gets pulled in favor of Matthias Ritchie. Knee goes back to short. Ritchie will take over third.
Steve Wright. Nope. That's high.
2-1 the count here to Sardee. Sardee fouls that one off. 2-2. Mars is locked in. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Mars.
now batting the designated hitter, number 0.
Here comes Daniel Winkler, 1 for 3 today. Has had some opportunities with runners on, but has not been able to come up successful. Slaps that one into the gap, though. That's going to go all the way to the wall, but Winkler, one of the slowest men in the SSBL. That will be only good enough for a single for him.
Now batting
Runner aboard here
the
for
shortstop,
Carlos Ramos. He's
number
2 for 3 on the day.
Nope. High. All high. Strike.
2-1 to Ramos. That one's fouled off. 2-2. Swung on. That's going to be under the glove of Furious Scene. Eye single through the right side of the infield, and 2 men aboard here for the overdrafts in the top of the 7th.
Now batting the
That's going to bring up Bush League, 1 for 3 today.
47.
He first pitch swinging, fouls it off. Takes a fastball in there. Strike 2. Spoils the curveball. Swings on that one. Smash Sluggington! Able to snag that one out of the air before it goes over his head. A huge play by Sluggington to rob the overdraft of a base hit. And that brings up Shiru Amiya. Amiya pops this one up. Is it going to stay in play? It will. And Bailey Smith makes the catch for round number 3. The Wildcats get out of another jam, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. Still a 1-run game.
Now batting the shortstop.
Overdrafts have almost 3 times the number of hits the Wildcats do, but only lead by 1.
Steve Wright.
Chaddington back on the mound to face Whitney here, 0 for 2.
Nope. That's high.
He's got a 2-2 count. And strike 3 called. Chaddington freezes Whitney with the off speed.
First baseman, number 25.
That brings up Bash Sluggington, 0 for 3 so far tonight.
Nope. That's outside.
1 and 2 to him.
Strike.
Strike 3 called. Back-to-back Ks for Chaddington.
Now batting the center fielder, number
So
7.
the game number 2 was the first game we've played so far tonight. Fizek has made moves to his starting rotation, but in a way where I honestly am not 100% sure who's supposed to be starting tonight. So I sent him a message to try and figure out how it's supposed to work exactly. But he hasn't responded yet, so I don't know.
Nope, that's high. Steve Wright.
I didn't see how they got a runner aboard, but grounded to short. Ramos will retire the side and will head to the top of the 8th. Wahlberger, Sickley, and Ducato up here.
The catcher, number
Overdraft still
44.
nursing a 1-run lead. Mars been fantastic so far in relief. 2 2/3, 3 hits, a walk, and a strikeout.
All low. Nope. Big base.
Mars will walk, and that brings up Sickley. 3 for 3 and a walk.
30.
Heck of an overdraft debut for Sickley. And make it 4 for 4. 4 singles for Sickley. She's peppered around the ball so far tonight. Has done an excellent job.
Second baseman,
And again, the overdrafts have 2 men
number
aboard here. A chance to score here in the top of the 8th. Mars has gotten out of a few jams himself so far and has an 0-2 count here to Ducato. Ducato fouls that one off. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Mars. 1 away.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Brings
number
up the stare.
14.
0 for 2, 2 walks. The second K of the night so far for Mars. Starts to stare off with a curveball in there for a strike. Gets him to pop up on another curveball into left field. Chico Island with his feet on the foul line makes the catch for round number 2. Mojo boost for Mars, which brings up
Number
Sardee.
17.
Nope. High.
The 3-0 count to Sardee.
Take your base.
And the bases will be loaded now. And it's for Daniel Winkler.
The designated hitter.
He's had his
number
chances,
0.
hasn't come up clutch so far tonight. He's given an opportunity here. Can he come through for his team?
That's low.
Starts off ahead 2-0. Takes a strike, 2-1. That one's by Bailey Smith. It's going to roll almost to the dugout, and a run will come home and a score for the overdrafts. It's 6-4. And that will walk Winkler. The bases will be reloaded.
Now batting,
Still 2 outs here for Carlos Ramos. He's 3 for 4 tonight. Call the strike on the curveball.
That's inside.
That one runs inside, 1-1.
Ball inside.
Another curveball inside, 2-1.
Steve Wright.
A lot of curveballs from Mars, 2-2 the count. This one's into right, tracking it is Porter. He slides, he can't come up with it, and it gets by him. It's gonna roll all the way to the wall, and that's gonna clear the bases. Oh, what a horrible mistake by Rick Porter. It's 9-4 overdrafts.
now pitching, number 54.
And this one's popped up into right. And Porter will make the catch for round number 3, but not before the damage has been done. 3 runs come off the misplay from Porter in right.
Now batting,
Well, 3 runs come from that.
now in the game.
And the
number
overdrafts
4.
lead by 5 here going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Ruby Sue comes in defensively in left.
That's down. That's outside.
And Chattington, another strikeout.
Now batting, the catcher.
4 strikeouts for Chattington through 2 innings of relief. That's a line shot to Ramos, 2 away.
Now batting,
Brings up Fury.
the second base. Now pitching, number
And that will be it for
32.
Chattington. In comes Mario Luigi.
Steve Wright.
Oh, and this one's monster shot into right center, and it's 9-5. The fat lady hasn't sung just yet.
Now batting,
Here's Chico Island.
fielder,
Popped up in foul territory, but we'll get into the stands.
That's high. Low. Be right.
2-2 here to Island. He's 1 for 2.
That's out.
Plays off that one. The count runs full. And that'll be a walk.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 57.
Our hit ball into center field. That's going to get down. 2 aboard with 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th for the Wildcats.
Now
And here's Whitney.
the shortstop.
Overdrafts were being a bit cute, bringing in Luigi instead of Mason Nuts, who's had a pretty good season, and it's put him in a bit of a tense spot here. Still nursing a 4-run lead, but 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2 the count to Whitney. Swung on, grounded to first. Demia scoops it up and will take it himself for round number 3. Solo shot by Fury makes it 9-5, heading into the top of the 9th here.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Mia back to
number
10s,
45.
1 for 4 so far today. Maya Serenity coming in relief of Abel Mars.
Nope. Inside.
Third person out of the bullpen for the Wildcats tonight.
Be right.
3-1 to Amia.
Be right.
I mean, March, you're not horrendously out of it because right now I think the 6th seed right now is the Overdrafts, who are only 3-3.
Number 44.
And you're in their division, you have another game against them. So I don't think anyone's quite dead in the water yet.
Ball low. Nope. Good place.
That's going to be a walk to Wahlberger, so runner aboard. And here is Livy Slickley,
Number
4 for 4 with a walk. Fantastic night for her.
Off the plate. Steer right.
Swinging this there, 1-2 for Sickley.
That's outside.
That one will be foul.
Strike three.
Strike 3 call, and Sickley is retired for the first time tonight.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 35.
KDC doubled in her first at bat, has done nothing since. And we'll continue that trend as she pops it back up to the pitcher. And we'll head into the bottom of the 9th, 9-5 in favor of the Overdrafts. 5, 6, 7 do it for the Wildcats here.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Here's a tense
number
Bash Sluggington 0 for 4
25.
tonight.
Nope. High. Nope. That's outside. Be right. Steve Wright.
2-2. Grounded at third, League up with it. In time for round number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 7.
Ball outside. Nope. That's high. Be right.
That's going to be up with the middle base hit for Bobby Jimbo. Yeah, the Corns game tonight will show a lot, especially if the Overdrafts hold on to win here. It definitely becomes a harder mountain to climb. This one's popped into center. Sickley tracking it, and she'll make the catch for round number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And that's going to bring up Alan Hiker. Last chance for the Wildcats here, still trailing by 4.
Nope. Outside.
Would this be their biggest loss of the season?
Take your base.
A walk for Hiker, and it's not over yet.
Now batting, the catcher, number 2.
No, they lost by 4 to the Unicorns as well.
Ball high.
And that will do it. Or it should do it if it stays in play. camera can't decide where the ball is, but Wahlberger makes the catch for round number 3, and the Overdrafts win it 9-5. Put the Heroic Conference up 2-1 in interconference week. 9 runs off 15 hits, 5 runs off of 9 hits. 4 for 5 is Sickley. 4 for 5 is Ramos. He has 4 RBIs. 3 home runs in the game total. Jimbo had one of them. 3 for 4, excuse me. 3 for 5 is Fury. Yerbamer gets the win with 4 earned through 5 1/3. Chattington with 4 strikeouts through 2 1/3. And Luigi getting us to the finish line with 1 earned through 1 1/3. Mess with the loss. 4 earned through 2 1/3. Oldham with another 1 through 2. Mars with 3 through 3 1/3. And Serenity also getting us to the finish line. No earned through 1 1/3. Ramos, your MVP, followed by Jimbo and Fury. We're going to go into game number 3, which is the second game of the night. I'll give Isaac one last chance to try and explain his moves. Moonshots and Serpents, a rematch of the Season 3 Super Series. Let's see, this is game number 7 for the Serpents. Check if it's correct. WinCon number 3, correct. And then we've got the Moonshots, and they're on also on number 3. This is their 11th game. That will be Jesus Shuttlesworth. And here we go into Big Sky Ballpark. Boston Toronto. All games are still the same. Perfect. Go Baltimore. Seattle's just scoreboard watching tonight, so if Baltimore holds on to that game, Boston and Seattle will be tied for the second wild card spot. What about Houston and Tampa Bay? Because technically, if Houston loses out and we win out, the AL West will be tied. So there's a chance there as well for us. I don't even begin to understand how if we're tied for the AL West, but then if someone loses the play-in game there and they're still in contention for the wild card, how that all begins to shake out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 5.
Here's Pizza, 1 on, 1 out here.
That's up.
Houston's up 3-0.
Ball, that's up.
Runners go on the throw from behind the plate from Baca. He's in time. A good throw by Baca. In there for a strike. 2-2 to Za. Za fouls that one off. Almost a good play by Dreams there. Couldn't quite get it. Count is full to Za. And that's going to be inside for ball 4. That's going to be a walk. This is a... I wonder if Josh did this on purpose. We just had a Tiger Den battle. And now we have a Big Sky Ballpark battle. And that's under the glove of Kodiak Destroyer. He had a good jump on it. Couldn't get it into his glove.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 12.
That's going to put 2 aboard here for the Serpents here in the first inning.
No, that's low.
Runner's going for third. The throw is in time. 2 caught stealings for Nico Baca. We go to the bottom of the first.
Now
Play
batting,
ball.
the left fielder, number 3.
Ball, that's low.
Hit hard to Walker at third. He scoops it, gets the first in time for number 1.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 29.
These games are based on the prior year standings. So, oh, yeah, you're right. Just weird coincidences that those happened. Huh.
That's inside.
Crazy.
We're out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 4.
Hard hit ball, but another one to Walker, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Queen Khan and the Serpents, and we'll head to the top of the second.
Now batting, the center
Serpents coming in here at a surprising
number 12.
2-4 record. Moonshots 7-3.
That's inside.
Bit of a surprise for the Serpents. They were number 1 seed going into the
Strike.
postseason last year. It's surprising to see them at 2-4. Bit of a struggle for them. The offense is there. The pitching is not. That's been their Achilles heel so far this season. Moonshot's a pretty strong team, bouncing back nicely after a up and down season last year. Only losses coming 5-2 to the Lumberjacks, a 1-run loss to the Knights, and a 1-run loss to the Gauchos.
That's down.
Otherwise, they are fairly dominant.
Out.
But this is the toughest game they've played in a while, apart from the Gauchos. They've had their season series with the wrong fielders and the Retrievers over the last 5 games.
Deep run. That's outside. That's low.
2-2 here to Leon Morrison. And Morrison will pop this one up. Earl Crump will be under it.
He's out.
And he'll make the catch for out number 3, so nothing doing for both teams so far in this one. We'll head to the home half of the second.
The first baseman,
Shots
number 13.
and Serpents.
That's low.
And clear.
Deep run.
Shots.
Deep run.
Let's see what Queen Khan has done. She probably only has 1 start. 3 2/3, 1 earned run, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, 4 hits for a 2.54 ERA and a 2.45 WHIP.
Now batting,
That's pretty
the
impressive.
shortstop, number 30.
Gives up a leadoff walk, brings up Bojack Oon. Bojack Oon, it's hard to say he's been disappointing. I mean, he's bounced back a little bit, but hitting .218 so far this season, has 2 home runs, 7 for 32. Has underperformed a bit, I would say. The expectations put on the rookie. He grounds this one to short. Olsen goes to second for 1, but Bojack Oon is too fast.
Now
No
batting,
dragon special there.
second baseman, number 7.
Yeah, that's very true to Marge. Like, I know that was that first game they had against you. Like, they were held hitless for like the first 5 or 6 innings, and then, like you said, explode like 7th and 8th and ended up winning. Yeah.
Take your base.
Now batting, the designated
Had another game
hitter,
like that too.
number 21.
He's out.
So this will be a Dragon special, and we'll head to the top of the 3rd. Nothing doing between these 2 teams so far.
Now batting,
Just 1
the
hit
right
between the 2
fielder,
teams,
number 37.
who have pretty strong offenses.
Deep run. Foul.
Ron Cox up to bat here. He pops this one shallowly, stays in the infield. Bojack Oon will
Now
make the
batting,
catch.
The designated hitter,
So the Moonshots come in as a team hitting .305, the sixth best team in average, and have scored 54 runs, fifth best in the league. Serpents, on the other hand, hitting .355 as a team, the fourth best in average, but only 13th best in runs scored with 37. That's very surprising.
Now batting, the left fielder,
So,
number 15.
kind of the back half of the lineup not really doing their job, I guess, is one of the few ways you could really explain that. Dribble to third. Destroyer up with it. Can he gun down the speedy Apple? He can. Throw is just in time. Robs Apple of an infield single, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. 8-9-1. Do it for the Moonshots.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16.
Let's look at team pitching because this is something I've meant to do. This one's hit high and deep to center field. Tracking back is Barry Driggs, and it's gone! A solo shot to start off the bottom of the third for the Moonshots, and they take a 1-0 lead. Nico Baca goes yard.
Now back, the center fielder, number 11.
You're out.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 3.
Well, let's see. The Serpents come into this game the third worst team in ERA in the league.
That's ball 4.
Only better than
Now batting,
the Overdrafts,
fielder,
the Skulls,
number
and the Angels.
29.
While as the Moonshots come in, the second best team in ERA at a 2.63 ERA, just behind the Bombers with a 2.33 ERA.
He's out.
now batting, the third baseman, number 4.
So 2 out, runner in scoring position. Oh, that one flirted with the line on the third base side, but just foul from Kodiak Destroyer. Destroyer, though, puts this one into left. It's tracking back. It's going to bounce off the wall. A nice play off the ricochet by Apple, but the runner will come home to score. It's 2-0 Moonshots.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 13.
Deep drive.
And this one is going to get down. Runner's going to round third, head for home. The throw from Briggs will be cut off by Morrison, and it's 3-0 Shots.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Baltimore up 6-1 over Boston. Heck yeah.
Deep drive. Save.
Wing Khan now tense.
Deep drive.
As that one, bounced off. Big McLarch uses chest protector. I don't think I've ever quite seen that one before. Usually it bounced off their glove, but that one just completely ate him up. Like that pitch ate up Bo Jacoon to strike him out to retire the side. And we'll head to the top of the fourth. And Toronto is beating New York. That is good news as well.
The catcher, number 24.
That's high.
Big McLarch puts this one into left. At the wall is Hugh, but he makes the catch for round number 1. I haven't paid that close attention to it. Is that 5-team chaos scenario that some MLB Redditor came up with still feasible? I don't remember what all the permutations had to be. Okay, Tampa Bay within 1. Pete Zah here with a 2-2 count. Round to the second. Crump will get to it. Throw it to Dreams in time for round number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman.
And I'll bring up Alfred Walker.
Deep drive. Ball outside.
That's a line shot to Crump, and he makes the catch for round number 3. A quick inning for Shuttlesworth, and we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Crump, Pastry, and Baca do it for the Moonshots here. They're up 3-0.
The second baseman, number 7.
Okay. Elder and Totino, or Marge, whatever. I'll give you all the option. Do you guys want to play the next game, or do you want me to keep waiting, or do y'all want to be the next game and I keep on waiting to hear from Fizek to see if he can straighten out his starting rotation for me, or do you want me to play that Dragons ball players game next and you guys be the game of the night? Doesn't matter to me, whatever's easier. Elder, do you have a preference one way or another? I would like to play next. All right, your wish is my command.
Now batting, the catcher, number 60.
Nope, that's inside.
Oh, no! That's gotta leave a mark.
Now batting, the center. Now pitching,
Queen
number
Khan.
88.
Body contusion. That's 2 starting pitchers out. In comes Doug Day. Runner steals. Baca in there in time. But Juice Jackson pops this one up. This will end the inning most likely. Leon Morrison into center field to make the catch for round number 3. And we'll head to the top of the 5th. Still 3-0 for the Moonshots. So we've got
number 12.
Becky Miss, Queen, on body contusion. But neither of them will miss any time since they're starters. So all good there. That's going to be a base hit for Jerry Briggs through the right side of the infield. Leadoff runner aboard to start the 5th inning for the Serpents. Just their second hit of the evening so far.
Number 7.
Turtlesworth is locked in,
That's down.
looking to stay that way, but has a 2-1 count here to Olsen. Olsen fouls that one off, makes it 2-2.
Low.
That one's low and the count is full. This one is swung on, popped up, looks like it's going to stay in play for Baca,
Out.
and she'll make the catch for round number 1.
Now batting, the second.
This will bring up
baseman,
Leon Morrison.
Number 17.
And Morrison with a hard hit ball, but right to Earl Crump for round number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 37.
Another hard hit ball. Crump can't quite corral that one, and it's going to roll into center field. Briggs going to third. He'll get there.
Now batting,
I'll put runners on the corners here for Zimbabwe.
number 13.
No, that's low.
Zimbabwe finally broke the 9-hole curse of the Serpents the other night. He had a home run against the Stingers,
He's
but I believe that was his only hit. 2 in scoring position now, though. Tough out activated for Way.
Oh, that's inside.
2-2. Swung on into,
He's out.
and Bo Jackoon will catch the soft flyer for round number 3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 still in favor of the Moonshots, and here is Nick Hugh, the co-MVP of the Heroic Conference from last season. Let's see if we can quickly read off how he is defending that.
No, that's high.
Nick Hugh, 12 for 37, 234 on the year, into center. Oh, and Briggs robs him of one there.
Now batting, the right fielder.
A nice play by Briggs.
99.
Ball outside. That's low. Deep right.
2-1 from Strongman to Musgrove. Strike call, 2-2. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Strongman.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 4.
Strongman doing all right in relief of Queen Khan, who had to leave with an injury.
That's high.
2-0 to Destroyer. 3-0 now.
Ball 4.
And that will be a 2-out walk.
Now batting, the first baseman, number
This brings up
13.
Wreck Dreams.
That's inside. That's low.
Oh, that's one's going to get by Pete Za, but Destroyer will stay put. Smart move by him. He would have gotten gunned. That's fouled off 2-2 here. Runner's going hard hit ball to Walker. He scoops it, gets the first in time to retire the side, and we'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Still 3-0 here. Top of the order due up for the Serpents. So far 0 for 4 between these players.
The left
Have drawn 2
fielder,
walks so far.
Number 15.
Apple not one of those 2. Shuttlesworth still locked in here. Only giving up 5 base runners through 5 innings pitched so far. No strikeouts yet with the 2-2 count here to Apple. She fouls that one off. Oh, and he collects his first one. Freezes Apple on the outside corner. 1 away.
Number 24.
No, high. That's up. Strike.
Swing and a miss there. Makes it a 2-2 count for Big McLarchuge. He fouls that one off. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Shuttlesworth.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And that brings up
Number
reigning
5.
Rookie of the Year, Pete Za.
Ball high.
A hit ball into the Moonshots dugout. 1-1 the count. Rounded to first. This should be easy play for Dream. He steps on the back for a 1-2-3 inning for Jesus Shuttlesworth, and we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jack Oon, Earl Crump, and French
Now
Pastry due up for the Moonshots.
Shortstop, number 34.
Birch pitch swinging a slow grounder to second. Pete Za to Strongman. 1 away.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7.
I'll bring up Earl Crump.
Ball high. Ball that's low.
Earl Crump hits this one hard, and that's going to get down into the gap. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Jerry Briggs up with it. A throw in will prevent Crump from going for 3, so a 1-out double for Crump, which brings up a tense French Pastry hitting 0 for 2 so far. French Pastry with a bit of a sophomore slump this year. Was one of the best rookies last season. Led the league in RBIs. He gets a base hit here, but only has 6 of those this season, hitting 6 for 27 this year. Coming into this week, 222. And that will be it for Strongman. In comes Sammy Green, the return of Sammy Green after the elbow injury on the first week of the season, except for that injury against the High Rollers.
Ball inside.
That's going to be a grounder to short. Yeti Olson goes to second, actually gets the out. Finch Pastry just a step slow, and it's a good play by Olson, but a run will come home to score. Makes it a 4-0 game for the Moonshots.
That's down.
That one stays foul. Luckily for Juice Jackson, makes it a 2-2 count. Oh, and strike 3 called. Green punches him out, and we'll head to the 7th. Another run on the board for the Moonshots. It's 4-0 as we head into the back third.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 77.
No, that's high. Outside. No, that's high.
Samura starting off the inning on the bump, but up to 95 pitches, but gets the strikeout of Alfred Walker.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 12.
He has been fantastic, but I don't know how much longer he'll last. But flies one out to Bojack Oon for 2 away here.
Now batting, the shortstop, now pitching.
And that will be it for Shuttlesworth. 6 2/3, 3 strikeouts Only getting up 3 hits and 2 walks. An absolutely excellent performance for him. And they bring in Eijin Sawamura.
No, that's inside.
That's a line shot to Dreams. I'll be out number 3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Top of the order up for the Moonshots. Hugh Musgroves and Destroyer.
The left fielder, number 3.
Foul. Foul ball.
Swinging us there, and that will be out number 1.
Now batting,
Nick Hughes
the
strikes out
right
swinging.
fielder, number 29.
Ball.
That's going to be a base hit up the middle for Destroyer. No, for
Now batting,
Musgroves. Here's
the
Destroyer.
third baseman, number 4.
No, that's high.
This one's hit high and deep into left center field. It's flirting with the wall. It's off the top of the padding.
Now
It had a high arc, but not a lot of distance.
number
I misread that one myself. Wasn't nearly as deep as I thought. Still hits off the wall, but nearly as high off the wall as I first anticipated. And it's just a single, but 2 aboard here for Wreck Dreams with only 1 out. Runners going, but it doesn't matter as that's a walk to Wreck Dreams. And the bases are loaded for the Moonshots. And here's Bo Jackoon with RBI, man.
number 34.
Steve Ross.
It'd be a fortuitous time for him to cash in with that activated.
That's high.
1 and 2, the count to Jackoon from Sammy Green.
Ball outside.
Lays off that one, 2 and 2. Swing and a miss! Sammy Green gets the rookie to chase on an off-speed in the dirt.
The
And Jackoon goes 0 for 4.
7.
Steve Ross.
And that brings up Earl Crump now. Base is still loaded, but 2 outs here. 1 and 1 the count.
Foul ball.
That one's fouled off, 1 and 2. Swing and a miss! Sammy Green with back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded. And we go to the top of the 8th, back third of the order, 2 up for the Serpents here, still trailing 4 to nothing.
17.
Steve Ross. No, that's high. Steve Ross.
Broken bat, swinging to that one. Wreck Dreams makes his way over, flips it to Sawamura, who covers in time for out number 1.
The right fielder, number 37.
That brings up Ron Cox.
Ball outside. Steve Ross. No, high. Foul ball.
Broken bat, foul ball there, 2 and 2 to Cox. That's going to be a base hit up the middle into center field. 1 out single for Cox.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Oh
number
yeah,
13.
I mean those flips are so scary. I mean, I thought it was going to cost me the game on day 1 because Sins was having an absolutely fantastic game, and then
Now
he
batting,
muffs one
the
flipping it.
left
He muffs
fielder,
one that
number 15.
O'Connell flipped to him. And he ends up he should have been. I don't understand how he wasn't locked in that game because he was doing great, but he was just neutral. That error dropped him down to tenths. The next 2 batters reach, and then it's a grand slam. We were able to come back from it, but just completely flipped the game on 1 play. It was unreal.
Fly. Out.
Now batting, the catcher.
A big second out there, caught by Bo Jackoon, and brings up a tense big McLarchuge. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 8th. Serpent still with a goose egg on the scoreboard. That one's going to get away from Sawamura, and both runners will advance 90 feet. Both in scoring position here for McLarchuge. He takes a strike on the outside edge.
Steve Ross.
Check swing, called strike, 2 and 2.
Foul ball.
Fouls that one off, protecting the plate. Hit hard. That one's going to be through the right side of the infield. That's going to score 1. Another one's rounding third, headed home. The throw from right field is not in time. A two-run RBI double for Big McLarge, and it's 4-2. Single and advancing on the throw, but whatever. Well, that one's back to Sawamura. He gets to first in time for out number 3, but the Serpents cut the deficit in half, 4-2 as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 21.
No, that's high.
And I'm fairly certain I posted this in the league announcements channel, but trade deadline will be at the end of next week, so midnight Saturday.
Take your base.
Now batting, the catcher,
Or
number 60.
yeah, midnight Saturday at the conclusion of week 7.
Ball, that's inside.
So be sure to remember that one. Leadoff runner aboard here to start off the bottom of the 8th for the Moonshots. This one's into left. Apple won't be able to track that one down. That one's a bomber special.
Now batting,
So first 2 runners aboard here for Juice Armstrong. He remains in the game. A little bit surprised we didn't see a pinch hitter in Dale Blanco, as Juice Armstrong is tense here taking this at bat from Sammy Green. And he falls behind 1-2.
Outside.
That one's a bit wide, 2-2. Swing and a miss, a strikeout for Green.
now batting,
And that's going to bring up Nick Hugh.
fielder, number 3.
Can he deliver here in the clutch, get a couple of those runs back for his team? Giving a little bit more breathing room in the 9th inning. He fouls that one back. It's a 1-2 count here to Nick Hugh, 0 for 3 on the day. Ace off that one, evens up the count at 2. Swung on, that's going to be a base hit up the middle. That's going to go deep into center field. Oh, and Jerry Briggs with an awful angle. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, and that will clear the bases. Nick Hugh will go to third with a triple, quote unquote, thanks to the misplay by Jerry Briggs.
Fielder, number
What a horrible, lazy play by Jerry Briggs. The ball was right there, and he let it just scoot right under him.
He's out.
Kodiak Destroyer will ground out pitcher to first for out number 2, or catcher to first. Which brings up Destroyer. Musgrove.
No, that's inside. Ball, that's low.
2-1 the count here to Destroyer. 2-2 now.
No, that's high.
Swung on, popped up. This should end the inning. McLarge makes the catch for out number 3. But the damage is done. 2 runs right back for the Moonshots. Their lead is 4 once again going into the top of the 9th. Last chance here for the Serpents. Alfred Walker to lead things off here. 1 for 3 here against Eugene Sawamura.
Inside. That's low. No, that's low.
3-0 count to Walker. Walker will take a strike there. And fouls off another, makes it a full count. Payoff pitch is spoiled. We'll do it again. Another one fouled off. 8th pitch of the at-bat. And this one's fouled off. And 9th pitch will be in the favor of Sawamura as this one is flied out into right. Musgrove's under it for out number 1.
batting, the center fielder, number
Brings
12.
up Jerry Briggs. He starts off with a called strike on the inside edge, but gets one up the middle for a base hit.
Now batting, the shortstop, number now pitching,
And that will do it for Sawamura.
number 41.
They'll hand the ball over to Dickie Vaughn to get the last 2 outs of the game.
No, inside. That's down.
This one's fouled off by Olsen, 0 for 3 on the day.
Ball, inside.
Very uncharacteristic of him.
Strike.
Swing and a miss there. The count is full.
That's That's ball 4.
And that will be a walk. So things getting a bit interesting here.
Number 17.
Deep right.
Starting off with a strike to Leon Morrison, also 0 for 3 on the day.
Outside. That's outside. Come on.
Runner to first, Rick Dreams able to get it. We'll throw it to Vaughn, who covers in time for round number 2, but both runners will advance 90 feet.
Fielder, number 37.
So second and third are some Serpents here for Ron Cox. But Ron Cox will get onto this one, pops it up, and this one will decide the game. And it's caught by Bo Jackoon for round number 3, and the Moonshots are victorious here, 6-2. Yankees up 5-2, Baltimore up 6-2. I can live with that. And the Moonshots push it to a 3-1 lead for the Heroic here in interconference play. Let's take a look at the box score. Only 7 hits for the Serpent, 2 of them from Briggs and Cox. Huge Zimbabwe Walker. 10 hits for the Moonshots, 3 from Nico Baca, including a home run. Pair from Destroyer, and then other hits spread across the starters. Queen Khan gets the loss and a goose egg on the head, giving up 3 earned through 3 2/3. Strongman with another one through 1 2/3, and Sammy Green 2 through 2 2/3. Shuttlesworth, excellent pitching, one of the best performances I've seen in his career. No earned through 6 2/3, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Sawamura does give up 2 through 1 2/3, and Vaughn closes the door with the final 2 outs. Nothing but Moonshots on the MVP board. Baca, Shuttlesworth, and Nick Hugh. And we'll jump into game number 4, which is our third game of the night. Gauchos and Unicorns. Gauchos looking to get to 500 for the first time this season. Unicorns coming in at 4-2. Looking to keep serve with the Bombers, who beat the Ball Players earlier this week and have a game later this week on Super Saturday with the Knights in a Super Series rematch. I've probably already scrolled by it. I can't. There it is. Go Knight. Disney on. Banger in there, and this is pitcher number 2. So that would be Stevens. Stevens. Let me just double check actually that Little Starfire has the forkball. Pretty sure okay, she does. Starfire with the forkball. Fingers there. We're good to go there. And then, whoops, I've never made this a permanent change, have I? Okay, to the Corns channel. Door is short. Hacky Porterhouse. Second, I think that's right. Walker, Flip Flop, Shaw, Alex Hatman. Perfect. And this would be game number 3 for them, which is Pete Nokia. All right, here we go. Big game here in the interconference matchup. 2 up-and-coming teams looking to turn their franchise around. Unicorns 4-2, Gauchos 4-5. Big implications in both conference playoff pictures. Gauchos looking to keep pace with the Overdrafts, who were victorious tonight over the Wildcats.
Number 3.
Unicorns also trying to keep pace in an ever so competitive Epic Conference as well. You've got the rookie Pete Nocchio, who was excellent in the minors last season, getting the start here, his second of the season. Has a full count here to Miranda Biscuit, and we'll get her to ground to Haggy Porterhouse for round number 1.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 26.
Let me reset. Oh, this one's hit into left. That's going to get down for Samir Tailwind. A 1-out single for him. So let's see. We need
the third baseman, number 2.
Gauchos and Unicorns. Okay, this is going to sound like the rantings of a madman, but does the letter G like drive anyone else crazy? Like in like setting lineups and like remembering where things are in T-packs and stuff, the letter G doesn't feel like a letter that should be so high alphabetically than it is. Like, I think of G, I feel like it should be one of those back-end letters that like no one thinks about. But it's like top 10. Like, who thinks of G as a top 10 letter? That's ridiculous. Get out of here, G. No one likes you, G. 2 on here for the Gauchos with Brutus Banger at the plate. He gets a 2-1 count here from Nocchio. Lays off that one. It's in the zone, 2-2. And popped up. First base side under it is Alex Hatman. And he makes the catch for round number 2.
Now batting the right fielder, number 40.
All I'm saying, Elder, is G way too high alphabetically than what it should be. G should be like with like R and S and stuff. Like, I just don't think of G as like a top 10 letter alphabetically. Like, who thinks of G? Like, what? That's going to get down into right field. Let's see if they chest King Kush's arm. They will not, so they'll load the bases here for Sophia Billups.
Number 9.
A big first at bat for Billups here with the bases loaded. A chance to put her team on top here early. Billups coming into this week, 357. Has 4 RBIs on the season. She'd love to get a couple more here. Swings on that one into right field. Tracking it is King Kush, and he makes the catch for round number 3. Kush able to get there just in the nick of time before it falls, and the Gauchos will leave the bases loaded. And we'll head to the bottom of the first here. Jose Odor to lead things off here against the veteran Steve Stevens. Marge, have you had Stevens ever since he was a ball player, or did he have a stop after he was a ball player? Was he a Dragon for a little bit? I can't remember.
Now batting the left fielder, number 4.
Yeah, it's 7th. Who would have thought G is 7th? Like if you don't think about it, you feel like G is like it's unimportant, like T or like Q or something. But G, like the 7th letter in the alphabet. Like, what's going on? Woody Walker hits one up the middle, and the Unicorns in business here early. 2 on, nobody out here. You got him and Nori from the ballpark. Okay.
Right fielder, number 68.
RBI man active here for King Kush, one of the hottest hitters of the first half in the SSBL. King Kush 15 for 27, hitting .555, 10 RBIs, 4 home runs. An absolute madman with the bat so far. Hits this one into right. Looks like it's going to be over the head of Billups. No, it won't be. Cohen makes the catch for round number 1. What am I talking about? Billups is the shortstop. What am I talking about?
Now batting the third baseman, number 30.
Oh, for Murph Kelly. Wow. I remember Murph Kelly was on your team, but I guess I didn't remember that was that trade. That's crazy. 3-1 here. Trey flip-flop grounder to short. Billups to second for 1. Yoshida to first. In time! A clutch Dragon special keeps the game scoreless. Got flip-flop by a step, and it remains 0-0.
Number 24.
Nope, that's outside.
Noah Walker pops this one up, flirting with the netting, but it won't. Moo Shah will make the catch for out 101.
The second baseman, number 35.
No picks in forever. This one is going to be bomber special. Oh, no! That could be trouble. That's going to roll all the way into the wall here in Shaka. Will the runner go home? They're going to go for a Little League home run, and he'll be successful. Oh, no, but an injury!
The center fielder,
Fitness!
number 5.
Kazuya Yoshida pulled a hammy with the Little League home run.
Outside. That's foul.
What a Pyrrhic victory for the Gauchos. A Little League home run. Neon Dion with a blast into center field, but Breezy Bree a good read on it.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 3.
He was digging around the third base turn, but dug a little bit too deep. That's going to be down for a base hit for Biscuit, and the inning will continue.
Now
He is one on the chopping block as well. Oh, so is are you implying that maybe Jay Watt gets a call? Well, no. Well, I'll let your business be your business. I won't try and pry that from you. I was thinking because that's Jay Watt's primary location, second next year, of course. Rounded to short. This will end the inning most likely. Odor in time for round number 3. But inside the park home run for the Gauchos comes at the cost of their starting second baseman Yoshida out with a pulled hammy.
number 50.
They did pull him, actually. Who did they pull him in favor of? Or did they?
Inside.
I don't know if I remember seeing him actually getting pulled.
Nope, that's inside. Outside.
Yes, those missed slides should be errors.
Nope.
Oh, they didn't, so okay. He's staying in the game so far.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 7.
Banger with a diving stop to second to Billups for 1, but not back in time for the Dragons special.
Now batting,
A good play by Banger nonetheless, preventing that from going into right field. One away here, runner still on first here for Moo Shah.
Ball low. Nope, that's inside.
So an injury-prone night here in day number 3 of week 6 as Billups gets that to first. Round number 2, runner will advance.
now batting, the second baseman, number 12.
Here's Haggy Porterhouse.
Stay. Nope, that's inside. Ball. Strike.
Swing and a miss, and Haggy Porterhouse goes down and will head to the top of the 3rd inning. Hex, Banger, and Colin do up for the Gauchos here, leading
Now
1-0.
batting, the third baseman, number 2.
Nope. Steer out. Out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 0.
Steer out. Ball inside.
Here's Brutus Banger, 1 out.
That's all.
Pops this one up, trending to the dugout, and will just manage to get out of play. Good try by Moo Shah, though. Full count here. Oh, man. Hit hard, but well foul. Oh, Pete Nokia able to snag that one. That one had a base hit up the middle written all over it, but Pete Nokia
Number 40.
with the absolute snatch. Here's Colin. 1 for 1 so far. And this one's popped up. Netting will find that one. This one's hit to Porterhouse for out number 3. And we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Hatman, Odor, and Walker due up for the Unicorns.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 26.
Strike. Strike.
1-2 to Hatman. Pops it up behind home plate.
You're out.
Caught by Walker for out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
That brings up Jose Odor back to the top of the order here.
Ball outside.
Steve Stevens locked in. Based it up the middle for Odor. Lojo down for Stevens. Brings up Woody Walker.
fielder.
He had that misplay in left that allowed the inside the park home run. Can he do some atoning for his errors?
Nope, that's outside.
He's got a 3-0 count from Stevens. Fouls that one off.
Foul. Nope, take your base.
They'll end up walking. So 2 aboard for the Unicorns. Here's King Kush.
Right fielder.
Another opportunity with 2 aboard with RBI man activated for Kush. Runners both going to throw to 3rd in the dirt. Oh, he's going to go home. And he'll be safe to tie the game at 1. Both runs scoring tonight so far off of errors.
Nope, that's high.
Absolute mad game so far. So runner still in scoring position here for Kush. And hits this one up the middle. Yoshida's able to knock it down. And the throw in time despite being injured. Yoshida with a good play. Runner will advance to 3rd here for Flitflot. 2 away. Flitflot fouls that one off. Remains an 0-2 count. Strike 3 called. Absolute frozen is Flitflot. And we'll head to the top of the 4th. 1-1 in a very bizarre game so far here for game number 3.
Now batting, the short
Both runs scoring off of errors. Error by the left fielder Woody Walker allows an inside the park home run. And an error by the catcher Noah Walker. Ball thrown into left field on an attempted pickoff. Allows Jose Odor to steal 3rd and then walk home to tie the game at 1 apiece.
24.
Quick first out here for the Unicorns, and Pete Nocchio brings up Noah Walker. Tense after his error. He pops this one up into left center. Breezy Bree is there. Make the catch for round number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman.
And here is Yoshida, and he will get pulled in favor of Theo Thunder. So Yoshida is done for the night and will suffer the full extent of the pulled hammy injury. Need to see how long of an injury that is. As Theo Thunder flies out to left to end the inning.
Now batting, the
Google
designated
Drive.
hitter now in the game, number 43.
Injury system. Loncheros actually will come in at 2nd. Okay, pulled hammy is 2 weeks.
Out.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 7.
Here's Breezy Bree with 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Still at a 1-1 game.
Take your base.
Stevens a bit of trouble tonight with the walks.
Now batting,
He's up to about 3 or 4.
number
Yep, 4 on the
23.
evening.
Foul ball. That's high.
Throw into 2nd is in time. Noah Walker, 2nd time around, catches the runner. Doesn't throw it into the outfield.
Inside.
Mushaw now with the bases empty. 3-1 the count. And just finds the bottom of the zone somehow. Swung on into center field. Tracking it is Noah Walker, or Neon Dion. And he'll make the catch for round number 3. And we'll head to the top of the 5th, still 1 apiece.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 5.
Here's the man who made that final out. Taking his second at bat of the night. Grounds it to third. Flip-flop up with it. In time for 1 away. Mojo boost for Pete Nokia now.
Number 3.
He's locked in.
Nope, that's high.
Randa Biscuit in foul territory. Tracking that one is Hatman, and he'll make the catch for round number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 26.
Nope,
Rounder up the middle. Hodor up with it. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Pete Nokia as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Aggie Porterhouse, Alex Hatman, and Jose Odor up for the
Now
Unicorns.
batting, the second baseman, number 12.
Banger scoops it up. Roller down the first base line over the bag. Will take it himself for round number 1.
Number 20.
Brings up Alex Hatman. Hatman with a hard hit ball, but well foul.
nope, nope.
Rounder to third. Hex up with it. In time for round number 2.
Now batting,
Back to the top of the order. Here's Jose Odor.
number 13.
1 for 1 with a walk so far.
Nope, that's low.
1/3 of the base runners that Stevenson have given up so far. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Stevens gets him the 3rd time around with a strikeout, and we'll head to the top of the 6th. Still tied at 1 apiece. Hex, Banger, and Colin do up here.
The third baseman, number 2.
That's high. Nope, that's inside. Off the plate. Ball forward, take
Leadoff walk given up by Nokia to Hex
Now
to
batting,
bring up
the
Brutus
first
Banger.
baseman, number 0.
strike.
Big hack there from Banger. Comes up empty, 0-1.
Ball inside.
Curveball swung on, popped up. Odor makes the snag, 1 away.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 40.
Zipped on here, Colin. Colin with a shot into left, but tracking that well is Walker. Makes the catch for round number 2.
Now
And that
batting,
brings up
the
Sophia
shortstop,
Billups.
Number 9.
Runner going the throw from behind the plate is in the dirt. Scooped up off the throw by Porterhouse to third. And in the dirt again, so 90 feet away is Hex here for Billups. Still needs a base hit regardless here with 2 outs. 2-2 the count here. And that's a grounder back to the pitcher, Nokia to Hatman for out number 3, and the side is retired. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Woody Walker, King Kush, and Trey Flip-Flop do it for the Unicorns here.
The left fielder, number
Stevens locked in. We've got a bit ourselves.
Nope, low.
Got ourselves a bit of a pitching duel
Nope, outside.
with both pitchers. I'm going to say with unearned runs here through almost 5 innings. While the game probably charges that earned run to
the right
an earned run to Nokia, it shouldn't be.
number 68.
Nope, that's inside.
Here's King Kush 0 for 2. Rounds it to second. Loncheros here in time for round number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman.
And here's a tense Trey Flip-Flop 0 for 2 so far. First pitch swing, pops it up. Stays just behind the pitcher's mound. Billups is there. And she'll make the catch. Round number 3 into the 7th inning we go. Still knotted up at 1 apiece. Noah Walker, Hemming Loncheros, and Neon Dion due up for the Gauchos. One of these two offenses is going to have to do it themselves. Defense has given away both runs for these teams so far.
That's outside.
Someone's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. 1 and 2 here to Walker.
Ball outside.
Walker puts a good charge into this one. It's headed to the gap, and no one's going to get there in time. It's going to fall and roll all the way to the wall. Noah Walker has himself a leadoff double. So a chance here for the Gauchos to start off the top of the second, a leadoff double. Loncheros up here, the replacement. And Nokio's day is done. In comes Tina Thick. A very surprising pull. Nokio was locked in. I don't remember what his pitch count was offhand, but a very quick hook here. And Loncheros up the middle. Porterhouse gets it on the one hop, throws to first instead of third. Walker was going, would have been dead to right, but the runner advances 90 feet. Dion's going to get pulled in favor of Cuz Peterson. Gauchos desperately trying to get this runner scoring 90 feet away. Okay, he did have a bit of a higher pitch count. Okay. 2 and 1 to Peterson from Thick. That ball is low, 3 and 1. And they will walk him, puts runners on the corners to bring us back to the top of the order, and Miranda Biscuit. Go ahead, run 90 feet away here for the Gauchos in the top of the seventh. That one's hit hard, and that's going to be through the right side of the infield, and the Gauchos will retake the lead 2-1. RBI single from Miranda Biscuit.
The designated hitter, number 26.
And that brings up Samir Tailwind. That will, in my personal record book, go down as the first actual earned run of the game. Infield fly is called a third of the way into the outfield for out number 2. And that brings up Athena Hex. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. 1 and 1 they count.
Nope, that's outside. Strike.
Swings through that one, 2 and 2. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Athena Hex is retired. And we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning, but the Gauchos do retake the lead here, 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Gerald Davis to lead things off.
Now in the game, number 3.
Siren Pierce coming in defensively. Gauchos using up a lot of that bench now. So we had Theo Thunder come in, then him and Loncheros. Then we just had Cud Peterson, and now we have her. So I don't think the Gauchos have any more bench players. I think everyone has been used for the Gauchos here. So we're going to have to wait and see. This one's popped up into left field. Biscuit will be there under it and will make the catch for round number 2.
Now batting, the catcher.
Which brings up Moose Shaw, 0 for 2 so far tonight.
Nope, that's low. Nope, that's outside.
Steve Stevens starts off behind 3-0 to Shaw.
Take him.
And that's a 4-pitch walk to Shaw. So the inning will continue here for Haggy. Porterhouse 0 for 2 so far.
Number 12.
Stevens still locked in, but at 90 pitches himself here. 5 walks on the evening for him, 2 walks, 3 Ks.
Strike.
Swing and a miss on the changeup.
Last
Fastball
down.
low, 2-2.
Ball inside.
That one runs away from him. The count is full here for Haggy Porterhouse. The pitch is tall, ball 4, and another walk issued by Stevens, his 6th of the evening.
The first base. Now
And that will be it for Stevens. They turn the ball over to Jebediah Octagon to try and get the final out here of the 7th.
Nope.
Octagon had him an excellent outing in the Gauchos' first game of the week.
Off the plate.
And this one is popped up into left. This should end the inning. Biscuit is under it. And she'll make the catch for out number 3 and will head to the top of the 8th. Banger, Cullen, and Billups duo for the Gauchos here. A combined 1 for 9 so far tonight.
Now batting, the first baseman.
As it has been a bit of a pitching duel here. Broken bat there for Banger as he fouls that one off. 0-2, fouls another one off. Staying alive. Hits this one hard, but right to King Cushion, right. Out number 1. Brings up Colin. 1 for 3 so far.
Nope. High. Steal high. Ball outside.
That's going to be a base hit up the middle for Colin, his second hit of the night.
Now batting the shortstop, number
That's going to
9.
bring up Sophia Billups here.
That's outside. Nope. Nope. No, that's inside.
3-0 to Billups.
Take it back.
That'll be a 4-pitch walk, so 2 aboard for the Gauchos here.
Now batting
That brings up
the
Noah
catcher,
Walker, 1 for
number
3 today.
24.
As power versus right-hand pitchers activated here against the righty Tina Thick.
Ball inside.
Starts off with a 1-1 count.
That's down.
Pays off that one, 2-1. Rounded to third, slow roller for Flip Flop. She's up with it. The throw is just in time for round number 2, but both runners will advance 90 feet.
Second baseman,
Here's
number
Emilon Cheros.
43.
He 0 for 1 so far. Came in
Ball outside.
due to the injury to Yoshida.
Nope. That's low. Steal high.
2-1 here to Loncheros.
Ball high.
3-1.
Ball for
And that will be a walk for Loncheros, and the bases are loaded here for Siren
The
Pierce.
center fielder, now pitching,
And Thick's night is done. In comes Adolan Colin.
steal.
Unicorns trying to keep this a 1-run deficit here. Rounded to third, Flip Flop will be, up with it and tags the runner headed for third. A smart heads-up play for her, and the side is retired, and we head to the bottom of the 8th.
now batting the shortstop, number
Top of the order
13.
due up here. Facing off against Jebediah Octagon. First pitch swing is Odor. Puts this one into right center. It will be Siren Pierce who will make the catch for round number 1.
Now batting the left fielder,
Woody Walker up here, 1 for 2 so far. Octagon gets ahead of Walker here, 0-2. Swung on in foul territory. Athena Hex. Slide for that Hex. But it doesn't matter. Octagon comes back and strikes out Walker 2 away.
the right fielder, number
And here's King Kush, 0 for 3 so far.
Nope. That's high.
This one's hit into right. Tracking that one is Colin. He'll make the catch for round number 3. And to the 9th inning we go. 2-1 in favor of the Gauchos. Top of the order due up for them here.
now batting
Randa Biscuit to
the
lead
left
things off.
fielder,
2 for 4, 2
number
singles
3.
tonight and an RBI. Facing off against Adolan Colin so far. Colin! A couple of these comebackers actually knocked down by the Unicorns, robbing the Gauchos of a couple clutch base hits.
Number
I thought that one was a base hit for sure, but Colin able to knock that one down. Here's Samir Tailwind, 1 for 4 tonight. 0-2 the count. Came in activated for Colin. And Colin strikes out Samir Tailwind, looking 2 away.
Now batting the
And
third
here's Athena
baseman,
Hex.
number
0 for
2.
2, 2 walks tonight. Gauchos looking for a bit more padding here in the top of the 9th. Came in activated once again for Colin. It won't be a strikeout, but it's a soft fly out to Odor for round number 3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Flip Flop Davis and Breezy Bree, a combined 0 for 7 tonight for the Unicorns. Their last 3 men up here.
30.
Octagon back on the mound, 1 1/3 inning so far. With a strikeout, an 0-2 count to Flip Flop. Strike 3 called! Flip Flop strikes out again!
Now batting the designated hitter.
Here's Gerald Davis, 0 for 2. Swing and a miss there. Locked in is Octagon, but it won't matter anymore as Gerald Davis puts this one into the gap. He's digging for 2. The slow man will have himself a double thanks to the deep park here at Shaka. So tying run in scoring position now for Breezy Bree.
Number
Octagon still locked in though. Has that going for him. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Bree.
Nope. High.
Lays off that one, 1-1.
Nope. That's inside.
Inside, 2-1.
That's high.
Too tall, 3-1.
Take it.
And the curveball misses. Ball 4, so that'll be a walk, but now there's force outs at every base.
number 20.
But now they're facing a dangerous Moo Shaw.
Stick.
Another first pitch strike, swing and a miss.
Ball inside.
Inside with the ball.
That's high.
Too tall, 2-1. Very similar at bat so far. Hit hard into left. Miranda Biscuit dives for it. Will prevent it from going by her, but it's going to be down for a base hit, and the bases are loaded. Here's Haggy Porterhouse.
Second baseman.
The pressure's all the way up. Octagon is no longer locked in. One away here in the bottom of the ninth. Haggy Porterhouse 0 for 2 with a walk.
Nope.
Another first pitch strike. Octagon has started off the last few batters with the first pitch strike, but has not been able to put him away. Porterhouse with a deep foul ball here, 1-2 the count. This one is going to be hit into the gap. Brisket cuts it off, but the runner's going to round third, head first, yes, and throw home, and the Unicorns walk it off. Holy cow. A 2 spot in the bottom of the ninth, and the Unicorns, much like the High Rollers, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Win this one 3-2, get the Epic Conference back on the board. 7 hits from the Gauchos. They used all of their bench. 2 hits from Biscuit and Colin. 5 hits from the Unicorns. Last 3 there got it done. Davis, Shaw, and Porterhouse. Haggy Porterhouse with the game winner. Octagon gets the loss. Another hard one for this young bullpen for the Gauchos. 2 earned through 1 2/3. Colin gets the win. No earned through 1 1/3. Thick, no earned through 1 2/3. Nokio 2 through 6. MVP Steve Stevens, Yoshida, and Haggy Porterhouse. So we're going to game number 1, the final game of the night. Well, actually, I need to go to here. Both my division rivals, winning in walk-off fashion. Don't entirely love that. Okay. So Melee uses first move to become number 2 pitcher. Cosmo first move to RP. So right now, the number 2 pitcher is gonna pitch well. If Melee becomes the number 2 and his message is Cosmo moves to RP, my thought is Cosmo takes Melee's spot as the RP, Melee goes to SP2, but then Hitchwell then becomes 4 because that's where Cosmo was to begin. I don't think so. Yeah, as the 4th SP. I think that's the only way this makes any sense. Well, the move twice rule has always been a thing. It was the have to be on full rest edition that was made. Okay, so Pitchwell is going to start tonight, I think, and she... Okay, so I need to make a note to myself. Pitchwell -7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 6, 7. And Wanda Cosmo becomes RP, Arms Melee becomes an SP. That's as good as I know how to do this, because I am honestly a little bit confused. Anyway, got the Dragons and the ball players, and we're going to Emerald Diamond. Right. So, Pitchwell, starting. I need to fix a lot of things. Reichak, Star, Betancourt, Montprum, Cooper, Laurent, Jupiter, Atwood, and Thunder on a Pitchwell. 7 to all. Fix that. And then for the ball players, this is game number 9. They're back to their top of their rotation, which would be Mr. Northwest. So here's game number 4, which is game number 1. Baroque now lead 3-2.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 82.
Ball outside.
First pitch swinging, popped up. Dila Stick makes the catch on number
Now
1.
batting, the shortstop, number 6.
Of course, the Jaguars are up 14-0 tonight. I started the Bengals defense,
Now batting, the designated
thinking that the
hitter,
Jaguars were awful.
number 25.
Ball outside.
Broken bat into foul territory. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning.
Now
And we'll head to the bottom of the first.
second baseman, number 12.
That's going to be down into center. That's going to be a leadoff single.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 16.
Homer Run's having himself a very nice season so far. He's turned into a really good hitter. Baltimore won. Heck yes. Come on, Rays. You can do it. I believe in you. I bet the Mariners' Twitter account's gone nuts.
Low.
Strike 3 call there for Harry Shelton. He gets rung up there.
Shortstop, number 38.
Brings up the epic MVP Murph Kelly of last season.
Take your base.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23.
Outside.
2 on here for Ghana. Pitch well. And that will be a walk, and the bases are loaded.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 27.
Broken bat, right to back, the pitch well, to first for the Dragons special. A huge Dragons special for the Dragons, and we go to the top of the second.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 89.
Here's Harry Do Something Von Crum as he pops this one into left. That is caught for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 99.
Oh, this one's hit high and deep by Sponge Cooper into right center, and it's gone! Sponge Cooper puts the Dragons on the board first with a solo shot into right center.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 26.
Nova. Inside. Bullet. Hold on. Take your base.
And that'll be a walk for Northwest.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 24.
Rounded to short, Murph Kelly to runs, back to first, in time for the Dragons special.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
But not before Sponge Cooper gets the Dragons on the board with a solo shot. First base swinging, pops it up into a shade into right center field. Thunder makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
Inside. Let it up. Hey.
This one's into left. Under that one is Fiora Laurent. And she'll make the catch for another. Oh,
The right.
Nelly grounded into a double play with 2 men on. You can't do that. Nelson Cruz, come on, man. And this one's popped up into foul territory in right field. But under that is Will Freishek, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning, and we'll go to the top of the third. Dragons leading 1-0 here.
Now batting, the catcher, number 39.
Hey, right. Inside. Oh.
Here's Gwynn Atwood
Onside.
with a 3-1 count from Northwest.
Hey, right.
Make it a full count.
Elbow.
Fouled back. And that'll be a walk for Atwood. Another one issued here in the early stages by Leonard. Brings up the rookie Jerry Thunder. With power versus lefties. Lefty versus lefty at bat here.
Right. Hey, right.
2-1 the count. That one's fouled off, 2-2.
Ball.
Full count again.
Here.
Oh, strike 3 called!
Now batting.
I'm not sure if I agree with that one, but
82.
who am I to judge as we go to Will Freishek back to the top of the order? Popped up. Will Freishack. Caught by Murph Kelly for round number 2.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6.
That one's into the stands.
No.
2-1 the count. Foul. Count runs full here again. Pitch is fouled off. And that's going to be another walk for Northwest. Already at 42 pitches here in the 3rd inning. Not exactly a great thing for this ball players team. Yes, they have one of the best pitchers of the year in Adrian Walker, but behind her is not much. This is a hard hit ball, but Rick Delistic's able to scoop it up and will take it himself for out number 3, and will head to the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 in favor of the Dragons.
Now batting the catcher, number 5.
Really Shipwright up. And Shipwright puts this one into right field. Tracking back is Will Freishack, and he makes the catch at the warning track for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 12.
Follow. Hey.
Rounder to 3rd. Jupiter up with it. The throw is in time for round number 2.
Now batting the center fielder, number 60.
Here. Let up.
And jammed by Pitchwell is Harry Shelton. Barry Von Crum will make the catch for out number 3, and will go to the 4th. Crum will lead us off, followed by Cooper and Laurent here, still in a 1-0 ball game.
Now batting the first baseman, number 89.
And Harry Von Crum will put this one up the middle for a base hit.
Now batting the second baseman, number 99.
Low. Hey.
Popped up into right center, and it'll be Harry Shelton making the catch.
Now batting the left fielder, number 26.
Ball.
The Astros have won, and I think that gives them the AL West, unfortunately. Yeah. This one's going to be into the gap. That could be trouble. That's going to get down and roll all the way to the wall. Runners headed for 3rd. Sheldon up with it, but it's not going to be enough, as that run's going to come home to score. Makes it a 2-0 lead for the Dragons.
Now batting the third baseman, number 24.
Darn, stupid Astros and their stupid trash cans.
Thank you, mate.
It's going to be a walk.
Now batting the catcher, number 39.
Outside. Inside. Here. Ball.
3-1 here to Gwyn Atwood, and Leonard Northwest walks his 5th of the night.
Now batting the center fielder, number 15.
Here. Outside.
The bases are loaded here for the rookie Jerry Thunder with a 3-1 count. He fouls that one off to have a full count. Hits this one through the right side of the infield. That's going to bring home another run. 3-0 Dragons.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 82.
That one's hit right to Matthias Black, and they will go 5-2-3 Dragons special to retire the side. Dragons do put up another pair. Well, a pair, not another pair. Make it a 3-0 ball game here in the bottom of the fourth. This one's hit into right field. That's going to get down for a leadoff single.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23.
That's going to be up the middle. That's going to be another base hit, so back-to-back runners reach.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 27.
And that's going to be another one up the middle. 3 straight singles and the bases are loaded for the ball players. I feel like this has been a very familiar outing for Ghana Pitchwell. He has some very strong innings. Like, he looks great, but he just has one inning where he just absolutely falls apart. Bases loaded, nobody out. A 2-0 count here to Terry Thunder. Finds his own there. Popped up. That's going to be an infield fly. Sponge Cooper will be under it.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
And that's going to be a Dragon special. A soft liner to Jupiter. He snags it and steps on the bag. A horrible mistake for the ball players. Their second one of those of the evening. And we go to the top of the 5th. Oh, that's going to be a beanball. That's probably going to be it for Leonard Northwest.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 25.
And that's going to be Bomber special into left. That's going to be good for a leadoff single. Well, a single, beanball, whatever.
Now batting,
Bah.
the first baseman, number 89.
And here's Harry Do Something Von Crum. Leonard Northwest still in there, tense. 5 walks, a beanball, 5 hits. It's not been a good day for Northwest. Good night, Elder. Thank you for keeping me updated with scores. And that's going to be a Dragon special. Von Crum too slow to try and beat that one out.
Second baseman,
We've had our fair share of Dragon specials in this game so far. Sponge Cooper, a line shot to a line grounder to Murph Kelly. And that's going to be out number 3. So the Dragons squander an opportunity, 2 on, nobody out. Can't bring anyone across, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th, still 3-0.
the right fielder, number 40.
Now that Elder is gone, Marge, I was honestly rooting for you. You know, I'm greedy. I want all the padding as possible in my division. And having the High Rollers walk off last night against the Vikings, and then having that happen tonight was just like, really? Really? Rounded to third, Jupiter up with it. Throw will be in time.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5.
Swing and a miss, a strikeout for Pitchwell.
Now batting, the second baseman, number
Maybe Pitchwell permanently needs to have his stats reduced. This one's going to be down into center field. That's going to be a 2-out single.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 16.
Ball outside. Here.
Grounder, and that's going to be under the glove of the shortstop, Gary Starr, and that's going to be good for a single. That's going to put runners at the corners.
Now batting, the shortstop. Now pitching, number 53.
And that'll be it for Pitchwell. In comes the infamous Wanda Cosmo with her new team in a new position, relief pitcher. Will that change her fortunes here at all?
Ball high.
She's behind 2-1,
Ball outside.
3-1. It doesn't look like it. But when, Murphy gives her a big gift as he flies that one out for out number 3 out of another jam, and we'll go to the 6th inning. 3-0 in favor of the Dragons still here.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 26.
Oh, Homer runs, doesn't time that jump right, and that's going to get down for a leadoff single.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 24.
And that's going to get by Curly Shipwright, and the runner will advance to second.
Here. Here.
That's a grounder to runs. He goes to first for number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, number 30. Now pitching, number
And Northwest is
65.
finally pulled, and in comes Adrian Walker. And that's going to be through the right side of the infield, and that's going to bring home another run for the Dragons. An RBI single makes it 4-0.
The center fielder, number 15.
Foul ball. Here. Follow.
Popped up into left field. It'll be Murph Kelly making the catch for round number 2.
Now batting, the right
Comes up
fielder,
a tense Will
number
Freishek, 0 for
82.
3 so far.
Here. Here. Outside. That's all.
Slow grounder to runs. He's going to get it to first in time for round number 3, but another run for the Dragons. It's 4-0 as we head to the home half of the 6th.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23.
Here. No high. Here. Here.
And strikeout of Rick De La Stick.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 27.
No. Here. Oh. That's foul. Here.
And another strikeout. Cosmo with 2 straight strikeouts.
The designated hitter, number 9.
This one's into left center. Deep it goes, and it's gone! Just ekes over the wall. And the ball players on the board blaze it. Terry Thunder blaze it.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
Bullet.
And another one into left center. Tracking that is Thunder, but he doesn't have the speed to track that one down. And he's going to fall and bounce off the wall. Runner's going to round to third. And he'll be in there with the slide with Toby Barker. With a 2-out triple brings up Nathan Tucker.
Number 40.
A 2-out rally going here for the ball players. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Popped up in foul territory, but it looks like it might find the stands. Jupiter, oh, just missed the glove, just out of his reach. And Tucker lives to see another pitch. 3-1, that one finds his own. The count is full. Pitch swung on, fouled off. That's going to be a line shot to Jupiter for out number 3. The ball players do get up on the board, though, with the solo home run. And we'll head to the top of the 7th here.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 6.
Adrian Walker in relief so far. 2/3 of an inning, only a hit given up. A-man activated for her. Popped up. Easy play for Shipwright behind the plate.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 25.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Walker.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 89.
Walker not exactly true to her namesake this season. I believe she is the league leader in pitching strikeouts. And that's caught at the wall by Barker. Walker is in the lead with 17. Coming into week number 6, Robin Ryan right behind her with 15. And Mars and Jefferson Steelflex both with 13. Tipsy Reynolds rounding up the top 5 with 12. Oh, but Wanda Cosmos starts off things with a strike of her own to start the bottom of the 7th. 3 Ks for Cosmo. Home runs, though, puts that one into the corner. That's going to bounce around a bit. He's turning for 2 and will get there. A decent throw, but slides in there with a 1-out double.
Number 16.
Steeler trait is active. See if he might go to third here with Harry Shelton at the plate. 3-1 here to Shelton. Runner is going. Throw is in the dirt. Runner is safe. Mojo boost 4 runs. It was a strike, so the count is full. The 40th pitch from Cosmo is fouled off. We'll do it once again. This one is popped up into center field. Tracking is Thunder. Will they run on it? Runs is going. Thunder has a decent arm. The throw is not in time. It was a close play at the plate, but Runs just able to beat out the throw. And it's 4-2, and Wanda Cosmo will get pulled in favor of Hannah Bradley. A very close throw at the plate, but Runs getting that mojo boost, I think, was the difference maker. This is a grounder to third. Jupiter up with it. The throw is in time for out number 3. The ball players get another run up on the board, make it a 4-2 ball game as we head into the top of the 8th.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 99.
Hard hit ball, but right to Matthias Black, out number 1.
Now batting, the left
Here's
fielder,
Fiora Laurent, her
number
best game of the
26.
season so far. 2 for 2 today. Double and a single so far with an RBI and a walk. And swinging on this, another strikeout for Walker.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 24.
Adrian Walker locked in, 2 strikeouts through 2 1/3 here. We'll get up 1 base runner so far. Here's Freddie Jupiter 0 for 2.
Let it up. Here.
Swing and a miss, another strikeout for Walker. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. D'Lo Stick, Matthias Black, and Terry Thunder do it for the ball players.
The first baseman, number 23.
First pitch swinging is D'Lo Stick. He pops it up. When Atwood will make the catch, a shade into foul territory for out number 1.
Third baseman,
Brings up Matthias Black, 1 for 3. Let's see if he can pull up the stats on Hannah Bradley so far this season. That's a walk given up by Bradley.
now batting, the designated hitter, number 9.
Runner is going to throw from behind the plate. It's going to be in time, plenty of time. Gwen Atwood guns the runner down, 2 away here in the 8th. Let's see, Hannah Bradley, 10 1/3 innings pitched so far this season, 6 earned runs, 10 walks, 4 strikeouts, 14 hits given up, a 5.22 ERA, and a 2.3 WHIP. So not great from Hannah Bradley so far this season. 2 more walks tonight so far and an inning of relief. But gets a grounder to star to first for round number 3, and we'll head to the top of the 9th. Dragons holding on to a 2-run lead here. Atwood, Thunder, and Will Freishak due up here.
Now batting, the catcher, number 39.
Would give the Heroic a 4-2 lead here. Interconference play will be concluded with the first stream of Super Saturday. That's a line shot to third off the hop. Black gets it to
Now
first in
batting,
time.
The center fielder, number 15.
First stream of Super Saturday will start at 10 a.m. Central. I'll be on the call for that one. Don't know what the plans are for the second stream. Squared is going to be out of town,
Now batting, the right
so it might be
fielder,
one of our backup
number
broadcasters.
82.
I need to see if anyone will be around. It'd be doubtful that it'd be able to go in the afternoon or the evening, as this one's into the gap. That's going to get down. Harry Shelton with a decent cutoff. It's going to hold the runner at third, so that's going to put runners at the corners here with one out for
Now
Gary
batting,
Starr.
The shortstop,
It is
number
my
6.
father's birthday on Saturday, and we're going to go out, so if no one else is able to go, we might have to hold the second stream on maybe Sunday afternoon or something. Runner's going to go. The throw is not going to be in time, so both runners in scoring position. That takes out the Dragons special as well. Infield playing in and swinging a miss. A big strikeout for Walker, puts 2 away.
Now batting,
And it's up to Betancourt to try and pad this lead.
number 25.
Walker still locked in, 4 strikeouts so far this evening. She takes a 1-1 count. 2-1. 3-1. And that's going to miss for ball 4. Bases will be loaded, but it does put a force out at every plate. But it brings up Harry Do Something Von Crum, a dangerous, dangerous man, the co-MVP of the Heroic Conference last season. He gets ahead in the count, 2-0. The pressure's all the way up for Walker. 3-0, nowhere to put Von Crum. The pitch is swung on, popped up into left. Deep it goes, doesn't have enough to get off the wall. Barker is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Von Crum goes swinging 3-0 and pops it into left, and nothing doing for the Dragons. They'll leave the bases loaded. So the lead is 2 heading into the bottom of the 9th for the Dragons. First pitch swinging is Nathan Tucker, and he grounds this one short to first for out number 1.
Now batting,
That brings up Curly Shipwright 0 for 3 intense. He will take the at-bat. Surprised we don't see a pitch hit for Titus Saxton or Calipare. And this one's grounded back to the pitcher. Bradley up with it in time for out number 2. And the ball players are down to their final out. Here is homer runs, 3 for 4. And he falls behind 0-2. That one is a bit wide, 1-2. Fouls that one off. The count remains the same. Grounded to short. Star up with it. The throw in time for out number 3. And the Dragons pulling off the upset here. 4-2 over the ball players. The ball players have lost 3 in a row after starting off the season 6-0. And give the Heroic a 4-2 lead here in interconference play. Ball players out-hit the Dragons, but aren't able to secure the victory. A multi-hit game for all people of Fiora Laurent. Hits spread around almost everyone, but Jupiter and Star are having hits, but they did reach on walks. 7 walks for the Dragons, though. 8 hits, 15 base runners. 13 for the ball players. 3 hits for homer runs. Tucker and Shipwright coming up empty. Got a pitch well. Did his namesake, actually. No earned through 4 2/3. A definite accomplishment against this high-powered ball players offense. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Cosmo gives up 2 through 2, but as her season is gone, that is a step in the right direction. And Hannah Bradley getting the save. 2 walks issued through 2 1/3. Northwest gets the loss. 4 earned through 5 1/3. 5 walks given up. And Walker, no earned through 3 2/3. 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Your MVP is the Laurent, followed by Thunder in homer runs. And that's going to do it for day number 3. As I mentioned, Super Saturday will start 10 a.m. Central Time for stream number 1. That will give us the final 4 games of interconference play. And then the second stream, still to be determined. It's up in the air. We'll let you know as soon as we have something set in stone. But thank you all for tuning in tonight for night number 3 of week number 6. It was a tight one. Overdrafts upset. I would kind of call that an upset. I feel like the Wildcats are a better team on paper, at least. The Moonshots beat the Serpents. The Unicorns walk off the Gauchos, and the Dragons upsetting the ball players. Well, that's going to do it for me. I will see you all on Saturday. Have a good night, everyone.